This week, we are sailing on the brand new Disney Treasure. This is Disney Cruise Line's newest cruise ship. It's so new that we are actually the first guests to sail on the ship, and it's just a media sailing, so it doesn't even open to the public till next week. So we get a private sneak peek at all of the different dining venues on board, and we are going to eat at every single one of them. Of course, we're only on the ship for 3 days, so that means we have to eat at 19 different dining venues in 3 days. It's gonna be insane. We're gonna go see the new Haunted Mansion parlor. We're gonna go see the new Zootopia Sweet Shop, and there's like a Coco-themed dining room where they perform music from the show. It's gonna be incredible. And they also let me bring my 2 baby nieces, Olivia and Avery. So you're gonna get to see like a kid's perspective of the ship, and then we're also gonna go to the adults only areas. There's gonna be a lot of food. There's gonna be a lot of awesome activities. I am so excited, and we literally don't have any time to spare, so let's go eat. Oh look, it's Tiana. I love you, Tiana. They announce you like it's The Office. So when Dwight has to announce everyone when you're walking on the Disney ship.
The garden party.
The garden party.
Mr. James Halpert! What are you doing?
Please support the Markham family.
It's a garden party. It's Aladdin themed, I believe. Like the whole entranceway. Aladdin and Jasmine. Wow, magical.
582.
First time seeing the room. It's a room. Oh my God, it's magical. Treasure. Oh, they have treasure themed blankets. It's sea life themed. Is every floor themed the same? All the rooms the same? Oh, look, it's the sharks from Nemo. Bruce. Oh, that's fun. Oh look, swag. Yay, I get my Mickey ears. I felt so left out because my niece stole my Mickey ears. Howdy.
Howdy.
A nice spacious balcony to survey my kingdom. Feel silly wearing this hat. I almost dropped it off the edge. Yeah, honestly, this room is actually kind of massive. Big couch, check out the bathroom. Oh, it's nice. That's pretty big for a cruise ship room, I'd say.
Nice shower. Look at all the soaks.
Wow, they give you soap. And then you have a bathroom just for your toilet. The toilet bathroom. Interesting setup. We have made it to the pool deck, which is where Mickey and Friends Festival of Food is. So there's like 5 different dining options up here. And I'm gonna see if my little niece Olivia will help me film some of the food options. She's very excited. So yeah, let's go try Mickey and Friends Festival of Food. It's like the buffet, but for kids, by the pool. You get it. We get some chicken tenders. That'll be fun, right? Wow, look at that, Olivia. We got chicken tenders and fries. Chicken tenders are supposed to be like the best chicken tenders ever. Is it crispy? I think it's crispy. Is it good just the way it is? You heard it here first. The fries are approved by Olivia. What should we rate it out of 10? So if we give it like an 8, that means it was pretty good. But if we give it a 10, it means it was perfect. 10, wow. Should we try a chicken tender now? All right, let's do a little dip. Mmm, that's pretty good. Crispy. Mmm. A little salty, a little peppery.
Not peppery for me.
Not peppery. I take it back. Crunchy?
A
little crunchy. And then how would we rate it out of 10?
16.
16 out of 10. Wow, that's a really good rating. Oh my gosh. So this is called Mickey's Smoke Shack Barbecue. If you want to pick it out for me, do you think I should have chicken or sausage or pork?
Pork.
Pork? That's my favorite too. And then we'll get pizza later and ice cream. Olivia doesn't want any barbecue, but she told me to get the pork, so I'm gonna try the pork, okay? I'll tell you how it is. Or do you want to try it with me? No. Mmm, yum.
Yum.
It's very juicy. And then this is the potato salad. Tastes like potato salad. Oh, it's got eggs in it too. So it's like half potato salad, half egg salad. And now this is the jalapeno cornbread, so I hope it's spicy.
Is it spicy?
No. But it's very soft and sweet.
Now let's do a cheers one.
Oh yeah, so Olivia said we have to get the same drink so we can do cheers.
Cheers.
What do you rate the drink?
0, 0, 0.
Oh, a 0. That means you didn't like it.
No, all the way up from the last one.
Oh, a 16,000. Okay, 16,000 out of 10. That's what we rate the acai berry juice. Okay, we got the pizza. We added some red pepper flakes, right? And we added some cheese. And we added some oregano. And Olivia's gonna pretend again. Cheers. Ding. It's actually really good. It's spicy. It's greasy, but in a good way. An 8. And now it's time to go get ice cream. Olivia wants to get chocolate vanilla swirl ice cream. Thank you. All right, let's go eat it. Ding. Whoa. Now that's good. So creamy, right? Is it really chocolatey too?
And you can eat this too.
Should we try it? Crunchy. What would we rate it out of 10?
I want to be the same thing as this one.
16,000? Wow. The ice cream is also a 16,000 out of 10. And there you had it. That was Mickey's Festival of Friends.
For our first dinner on board, we headed to Plaza de Coco, which is their brand new Coco-themed dining room, and every inch of this place is on theme. It's kind of amazing. There's also a live show in the middle of the dining room featuring all the music from the movie. The dancers were incredible. The makeup prosthetics were amazing. And onto the food, I started with a birria empanada that was stuffed with so much beef brisket. It said it came with consomme, but this was more like a thick savory sauce than a broth. But the enchilada was definitely my favorite because the chicken was so tender and juicy. And the chihuahua cheese was so melty, it kind of blended with this smoky guajillo enchilada sauce and created this like creamy, spicy deliciousness. And this roast chicken was smothered in mole and sesame seeds. The sauce had a lot of flavor, but the chicken was slightly dry. The carnitas was my favorite main for sure because the pork was perfectly crispy, but also so moist, and the pickled onions and guac were like super fresh, and the cilantro lime rice was cooked perfectly. We also tried the blistered poblano pepper that was stuffed with Oaxaca cheese and rice, and the sauce was a little bit sweet and kind of rich, almost like a marinara. The churros were the best dessert by far. They were so soft and warm inside and then crispy and sugary on the outside, and the caramel was like smooth and thick. The chocolate cake though wasn't my favorite. It almost tasted a little stale, and then the raspberry cream was kind of strong for me because I don't love berries and chocolate together. And then this cappuccino creme brulee cheesecake wasn't bad. It was pretty smooth and creamy. I think it needed a little bit more crust. But yeah, the show was so fun too. The cast was super talented, and if you ever find yourself in the Coco dining room on the Disney Treasure, you have to try the enchilada and the churros, okay? And now on to the next restaurant. And now it's time for the venue I have been the most excited about, the brand new one-of-a-kind Haunted Mansion Parlor, which is like this elevated, adults-only escape into this like ghoulish world of spirits, and it looks really cool in there. Let's go get some spooky drinks. All right, the drink I got is called the Chilling Challenge. It comes with a death certificate, and it's got tequila, blood orange, lime salt air foam, and then it glows under a black light. Cheers. Whoa, ooh, it's so tart. The lime air foam is very tart. It's good though. Spooky. Yeah, this place is awesome. Even the fish is a ghost. And then like every like 10 minutes or so, it gets haunted. And so like all of the furniture and like paintings and stuff starts moving, and it's pretty epic. I mean, the attention to detail is insane. As y'all can see, I travel a lot, and one of my favorite ways to save money while traveling is by using points. So I'm constantly looking for ways to earn more points to book my next flight or hotel. So I have a little life hack for you. Built lets you earn points on rent payments, and you can redeem those points for flights and hotels and so much more because listen, rent is a huge investment and you should be getting more than just a roof over your head. There's no cost to join Built, and as a member you'll earn points not just on rent payments but also on everyday spending. And Built points are super versatile too. They can be transferred to over 500 different airlines and over 700,000 different hotels and properties around the world. If you don't have any travel plans coming up, those points can also be redeemed towards future rent payments and unique experiences that only Built members can access. They've also been consistently rated the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. So in summary, Built is a loyalty program that lets you earn points on rent and redeem them towards flights, hotels, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. So you can start earning points right now through the link in my description or the QR code on screen. Just make sure to use my URL so they know I sent you.
It is time for what we've all been waiting for, the buffet. Okay, so on Disney ships it's called Marceline Market, and it's like a food hall. There's 10 different stations. I believe it's named after Walt Disney's hometown in Missouri. So yeah, let's go try some buffet food. Obviously, we're starting with Indian food. They had samosas, chicken tikka masala. They had mint chutney. They had korma. Indian food is always the best food on a cruise ship. We know this. Cheers. Wow. Okay, the chicken is super tender. The sauce is thick, but actually not too sweet. The paratha though is like really thick, a little bit too thick. Let's get this korma. I love korma. Is it turmeric? I wish I had a little more flavor, I'm gonna be honest. Not bad. Samosa time. I think it's a vegetable samosa. Oh yeah, okay, the filling has a lot of spice and heat. I love the flavor of the filling. I do wish the outside was a little crispier. It's just kind of soft and a little bit thick, but the filling has a lot of flavor. I think this is like a chili chicken. Cheers. Wow, that is tender. And actually has a lot of heat as well. Like you get the mouth tingles a little bit. I think that might be my favorite thing I've had so far. I also got the bolognese with tiny penne. It's literally like mini penne. I think it's called like pennette? How freaking cute is that? Cheers. A little overdone, but a nice amount of meat. Could have more flavor, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little sweet. I wish it was a little more savory. We also got this rigatoni with plant-based sausage. Okay, Disney. Shout out to my vegan friends. They've actually had a lot of vegetarian items on this ship. It's been very nice to see all the veggie options. Cheers. The sausage has way more flavor than the bolognese, and the rigatoni is actually more al dente. It's a little firmer, it's got better texture. I also went to the kids station and got this pot pie because how good does that look? It's so shiny. Yeah, really creamy, really savory, very buttery, a little soupy, but I kind of like it. Okay, kids section. That's good. The chicken tenders are pretty fire too. And they have like these perfectly circular chocolate chip cookies. I think they'd be better with ice cream. A nice crunch, a nice buttery flavor, but they're just a little dry. And if I see carrot cake, I will be getting carrot cake, okay? It's a rule with me. Oh, super sugary. Not the moistest ever, but not too dry. Not bad. I wish that the icing was more of like a cream cheese icing than just like a regular like sugar icing, you know what I'm saying? I think the chili chicken was my favorite, or the tikka masala, or the pot pie. I had a lot of options. And that's the buffet. Trying mac and cheese with Olivia at the buffet. Cheers. Drink. That mac and cheese is pretty good, isn't it? What do we think?
How about a million?
A million out of 10. That's what I was thinking too.
And now let's do it with our drinks.
Cheers. This one was 16,000 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. High five. Boom. We just arrived at the Zootopia-inspired sweet shop with 31 different flavors of gelato and like every single topping imaginable. So I'm gonna have my little niece Olivia help me pick out some of her favorite flavors to try. Let's eat some ice cream. Okay, we'll definitely get unicorn. Do you want anything else?
That's it.
Just unicorn? Okay. What should we get on our unicorn ice cream? M&Ms? And gummy bears. And chocolate. And then do you want anything else? Look at all these sweets over here. There's so many different treats. Carrot cake?
Yeah.
Perfect. She has decided. Let's go tell the lady. Thank you so much. I'm excited for unicorn ice cream. Is it good? The sprinkles are crunchy. Those are good, right? And then we also got a little carrot cake. It's so cute. Try the carrot. Okay, I'm gonna try the carrot.
Don't make it big funny.
I ate it. Which one's your favorite? This one or this one? This one?
Can I have it?
Yeah, of course, it's yours. What are we giving it out of 10?
A million.
A million out of 10. Classic number.
In the adults-only Beauty and the Beast section of the ship, there's this Lumiere-inspired restaurant with a 3 Michelin star chef. You start out with these cute little canapes, and my favorite was this Gruyere puff that tasted like a cheese croissant. And the amuse-bouche was these like super crunchy, fresh veggies filled with mole verde that was so herbaceous. And then we tried these scallops from Hawaii that were smothered in this creamy champagne sauce. And I don't usually love scallops, but it fully dissolved in my mouth, like so velvety with this perfectly crispy, buttery crust. And this was like a fish and then this really fresh, light crab with tamarind cream sauce that kind of tasted like peanut butter,
better, but somehow it worked. And this Alaskan pollock might have been the most tender flaky fish I've ever had. Like they cooked it so slow, it disappears in your mouth. It's so light, it's like eating air or something. It's weird. And this was one of my favorite, but also one of my least favorite dishes because the ravioli texture was perfect, firm but not tough, and stuffed with this savory pork belly mushroom filling. But this like log of chicken was a little bit bland. It was really tender, but the way that it just looked like a log of chicken was throwing me off. I don't know. And then they brought out a whole cart full of cheese. They got everything from like a mild parm to roquefort, which is one of the strongest cheeses around. It's so intensely tangy and like sharp and salty. It's almost painful, but it's also weirdly addictive. And then they brought out this fancy box of pinafores, and I don't even have time to describe them all, but this creme brulee tart was made with Guinness and it was so crunchy. And for the main desserts, this like meringue peanut butter one was my favorite because the crunchy peanutty part in the middle was like the same texture as a Butterfinger, but Chris liked the chocolate ganache one that was covered in this really thin crispy layer of chocolate that was so intensely cocoa-y. And yeah, overall this restaurant was kind of spectacular. Like it's definitely pricey, but this is some of the best, if not the best Michelin style food I've ever had. And I mean, the chef has 3 Michelin stars, so it makes sense. And I just can't get over the champagne chandelier. Like the decor was just so stunning. And okay, anyway, I'm done. On to the next restaurant. We just arrived at Paolo's Steakhouse, which is like an Italian steakhouse. It is also an adults only restaurant, and it is themed after Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast instead of Lumiere. And you guys, this is hilarious. They have a water menu where you can order different water. So we got the Voss water from Norway. I haven't tried it yet. Been letting my lemon wedge infuse. Cheers. It tastes like lemon water, yum. She said it was like a higher mineral count, I guess. Fancy water. And then look at these wine glasses. So apparently it's designed like this. It's so wide, so it lets the wine breathe, but then the top is narrow, so it like keeps in the aromatics more. And then I just love, it's like a little wave. We got this wine that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Gotta get those aromatics. Fruity. It's very bold, it's very rich, it's very fruity. It's a steakhouse, but I ordered all of the pasta and the pizza because it's Italian. I'm excited. They give you pizza bread to start. Listen to this crunch. Rosemary, olive oil. It's giving naan in the best way. We got the calamari to start with. They soak it in buttermilk for 24 hours, and then they've got these like fried basil and herbs on top, and then this is a fried shrimp. It's huge. All right, I gotta start with the calamari in a little marinara. Cheers. Wow, that might be the best calamari I've ever had. It's so light. There's like almost no chewiness at all. It's almost like the texture of like a perfectly cooked pasta. Like it's got a little bit of chew, but it's still really soft and crispy. And then I guess we gotta try this giant shrimp and this like aioli, garlic aioli. Cheers. Wow, that is juicy, steaming hot, so tender. I don't think I've ever had a shrimp that's like fried like this. It's like a breading, like sort of, but it's also very light and crispy. That's incredible. And then this is the life-changing butternut squash agnolotti with bufala mozzarella on top, and these little like crunchy amaretto cookies, and it's swimming in sage butter. Wow. The butternut squash on the inside is so sweet, so buttery, of course, so like creamy. And then the sage is like crispy and it adds this like herbaceous little pop of flavor. It's incredible. My second pasta of the night, of course, it's called paccheri. It kind of looks like, it's like giant rigatoni, but it's not. It's called paccheri. But this is ricotta. It's like pressed and shaved. So it's not like the creamy, milky ricotta that you think of. It's like pressed and shaved ricotta. And she said it's like a richer flavor than Parmesan. Anyway, lamb ragu. Cheers. Whoa. Wow. Perfect, really firm texture, a nice bite, you know what I'm saying? The lamb ragu it's so rich. And it's got this nice, like really herby thyme flavor too. But yeah, the texture is just top notch. For my main course, because I'm at a very sophisticated steakhouse, obviously, I got pizza. It is a Bianca pizza with truffle oil. Are you kidding me? And mushrooms. Look at that flop. It's perfect. Whoa. The truffle flavor is amazing. Perfectly crispy and light. So cheesy. So creamy. Wow. The crust is fluffy. Wow. The texture of that crust is like New York, like perfection. And then Chris got the steak, and as I'm cutting the steak, it's like coming apart like short rib. Like it is so tender. Wow. Cheers. Wow. Ooh. And it's got this like crunchy salt on top. The edges are so crispy. The center is just like soft, juicy, buttery steak. It's everything you want it to be, really. Incredible. We're starting with the chocolate souffle with ice cream on top. Wow. Okay, look at that. Cheers. So fluffy, so crispy, so cocoa-y. So delicate, so light. It's beautiful. Then this is the amaretto souffle, which she said was her favorite, and we trust her with our life. This has all been incredible. She said it's like a marzipan amaretto vibe. Wow, look at that. Oh my God. It's giving marzipan. It's giving almondy, nutty. The heat difference from like the ice cream to like the super hot, really fluffy souffle is just beautiful. And like the contrast from the amaretto to the chocolate they go so well together. Delicious. We have just arrived at the Scat Cat Lounge, which is this vintage jazz bar inspired by Aristocats, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I am so excited. It looks so cute in there. All of the different cups and like drink experiences are incredible. One of them is like an Uncrustable that you dip into the drink. The other ones are like little like cat faces at the bottom and like these beautiful diamond encrusted like tea kettles. It's magical in there. And there's piano music. All right, the drink we got is called the Cat's Meow. It's $130, but that's because you get to take the cat glass with you. And it comes with this like perfume spray bottle. So you spray the perfume into the drink and it like enhances the flavors. Just a little spritz. Immersive. Cheers. That is smooth. It's very light too. A little lemony. I don't know what's in here, but this is yummy. Oh, and the kitty is so cute. You look at him every time you take a sip. Kitty. Yum, that's really delicious. Now we're at the Skipper Society Lounge, which is inspired by the Jungle Cruise ride at Disney. So it's like giving the Amazon, the Nile. I think they have waffles here too. They also have live music. Let's go to the jungle. Woo woo. This drink combo is called the Old Fashioned Breakfast. It's $20 and it comes with an old fashioned and breakfast, which is really cute. Old Forester Statement, barrel aged maple, orange bitters, bourbon sugar, and a bacon and waffle. Cheers. Very strong like whiskey flavor, but not too bitter. Very sugary, very sweet. Bacon and waffle. It's a bacon and waffle. I wish the bacon was a little bit crispier, but it has a little bit of spice, which is nice. And it's a fun drink, cool bar. And now the music is starting, so I'll see you later. Next up, we're checking out Periscope Pub, which is inspired by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So it's like an underwater submarine. There's like whales swimming above you. They've got a bunch of cool cocktails. They also have food, but not till 5 p.m. So we might come back later to try some of that. But yeah, let's go get a drink. All right, this drink is called the Otis Daiquiri, and it's like a squid. This glass is actually really cool. It also came with a smoke bubble on top. Cheers. Very fruity. It's grapefruit, maraschino, and white rum. Very sweet. We're now at the Rose Lounge. So this whole section of the ship is Beauty and the Beast themed, and it's adults only. Notice how nice and quiet it is. But it's really gorgeous. Like everything is plated in gold and like rich velvety, and the drinks come in rose cup, which has gunpowder gin, vermouth, maraschino, aperol, and lime. And I'm gonna drink out of the non-pedal side. It's strong. It's good though, very fruity. It's kind of like an orangey version of an old fashioned. We're now heading to Worlds of Marvel, which is like their Marvel themed dining room where like all the superheroes come up to the table and you can meet them. I also think there's a Guardians of the Galaxy show, but it's on screen or something. I don't know, it sounds like chaos, but also a lot of fun. So let's go eat dinner with some superheroes. One thing about Disney that's so cute is right when you sit down, they already have the kids' water prepared and little kids' cups and little utensils. And they already have the high chair set up. Like they already knew which table we were sitting at and it was all already here when we got here. That is so nice for children. We are starting with the chicken satay, which looks very saucy. And I feel like a good portion size for like an appetizer on a cruise ship with roasted peanut sauce. Cheers. The sauce is so good. Really tender. The sauce is so nutty. And then the actual sauce on the chicken, the satay sauce, is like really sweet. That's actually really delicious, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get chicken satay right, but that's really good.
Welcome to our celebration of heroes.
So they play trivia. What's the name of the drone piloted by Sam Wilson? I don't know. Green. I mean purple. Purple. Woohoo! This is kind of crazy, but I think this is actually the first time I've ever had beef Wellington because I thought it was wrapped in sausage, but it's like mushroom reduction. That sounds fancier. Anyway, it looks really good. Cheers. That's amazing. I really like this mushroom sauce. Super savory, really flavorful. The steak, I think it's perfect. It's super tender, really delicious. The pastry's crispy. I feel like it's everything you would want in beef Wellington, even though that's my first beef Wellington ever. 10 out of 10. I don't know. This is like a deconstructed blueberry cheesecake. It's kind of gorgeous. Cheers. So smooth. Ooh, yeah, nice and fruity. It's like a mousse almost. It's just like so light and a nice crispy crust. Yum. All right, we just arrived at the 1923 dining room, which is a taste of old Hollywood. So it's named 1923 because that's when Walt Disney was founded in California. So the menu is California themed. I don't know what that means, but I'm thinking like avocado, salads, like fresher, healthier items. I have no idea, but they've got like a bunch of like sketches. I'm not sure if these are like original sketches, but all over they've got like different like props and pieces from the movies. So yeah, if you like love like old Disney movies and Disney animation, like this place is pretty cool. All right, we got a cheese souffle that looks very fluffy and it's covered in like more cheese sauce. Cheers. Wow, melts in your mouth. That is rich. It's so fluffy. It's like a super light frittata or something, but with cheese instead of eggs. And then I'm most excited about this oxtail soup with tortellini. Are you kidding? I love oxtail and I love tortellini. Cheers. The tortellini is al dente. The oxtail is super tender. So like rich and savory too. We got the ratatouille fiulette. I don't know. It's like puff pastry ratatouille hamburger with pesto. We'll see. It's kind of like a ratatouille pot pie. So if you like ratatouille and you like pot pie, you would probably like this. Saucy veggies and puff pastry. Yum. We've reviewed all the fancy options on board, all the main dining rooms. Now it's time to check out the cafes. There's 3 different cafes. Right now they're only serving coffee. I don't know if it's just because the ship just opened. Maybe they'll have like sweet treats later on, but right now we're gonna go get a coffee at each one. And yeah, let's go drink some Disney coffee. Woo! First up, we went to the Moana Cafe in the adults only area. So it's very nice and quiet. It's pretty big in there. It was very quiet though, so we came out to the atrium to film. But we got the Thai coffee because they have coffees from around the world. They had like Austrian coffee, Mexican coffee. Yeah, he put like a million different spices in this, like nutmeg, cinnamon, I don't even know what else. So we'll see. I love Thai tea. I've never had Thai coffee. Maybe it's amazing. Cheers. Ooh, It is very cinnamony. Like it kind of tastes like Christmas. Yeah, it's like not too creamy. It's not too bitter. I actually like it and I'm not really a big coffee person, so it's kind of delicious. It's very spice forward though. So if you're not a big spice person, maybe try one of the other ones. It was also like $10 after tip, so it was not cheap, but it is really yummy. On to the next cafe. So we just went to the second Moana themed cafe. This one is called the Hey Hey Cafe. The first one was the Cove Cafe. Both were about $10. This is the turmeric latte. I had to add a shot because it doesn't come with coffee originally, but it's a latte, but it's only turmeric. So you add a shot and then it's like $10. But yeah, they do a little Hey Hey stamp. It's not like latte art, it's like latte stamps. Cheers. It's so unique. It tastes like coffee for a second, but then it tastes kind of nutty for a second, but then it tastes like turmeric. If you like that flavor, then you'll probably like it. Very creamy. It's a turmeric latte. And last but not least, we went to the Jade Cricket Cafe, which is the Mulan style cafe. It's definitely like the fanciest, and I got an ube latte. This I am excited for. Cheers. Oh, ube is like so like creamy and rich. It's like the flavor is like smoothness. I don't know if that makes sense. It's so good. I love ube. If you've never like had ube ice cream, you have to try it. It makes sense in a latte. It just adds like a creaminess and a flavor. I just love ube, okay? 10 out of 10. Definitely the best latte. And that was the cafes. It's now 11 p.m. and we ordered room service. I got 4 of the most interesting items on the menu, stuff we haven't tried yet. I'm talking spicy buffalo wings, baby. They look so saucy. I almost like wish they gave us gloves or something. Can I eat this with a fork? Like these are just drowning in sauce. Would you like some wings with your sauce? Hey, I like it that way. I like a saucy wing. And I got it with ranch, of course. Cheers. Spicy, woo, kind of tangy, really tender, not too fatty actually. Okay, room service wings. Again, they did not skimp on the sauce or the flavor. I'm into it. It's like the perfect late night wing, just like as indulgent as possible. Not too fried either. And the cheeseburger, nice shiny bun. It's got some onions, lettuce, tomatoes, a little grilled action. We got pickles, we got it all going on. Dink. I'm gonna be honest, the onion has a lot of flavor and I'm not usually an onion girl. I mean, the meat is not too dry, which I feel like is rare for like a room service burger, so I'm into it. Penne bolognese. Ooh. Okay. Decent amount of meat. Cheers. Gotta get that late night meat. The basil adds so much flavor. The meat is like nice and moist, a little sweet, a little savory. The pasta actually isn't too soft. That's not bad. Hey, it's almost midnight. This is gonna hit the spot. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, it'd be really good with like some crushed red pepper. I bet if you asked, they would give you hot sauce or something. And last but not least, we got the chocolate truffle cake, which is kind of giving like a mousse with like a brownie base. Looks very shiny, very soft. I mean, it's literally like just a chocolate mousse with a chocolate cake. It's hard to mess up. It's not like the richest ever, but it is very soft. It's giving Cool Whip. Yummy chocolate dessert, late night chocolate dessert. As far as room service goes, this was pretty good. Can't complain. Honestly, no notes. Like, it's late at night, you just want comfort food. It's really good. And that concludes our Disney vlog. Honestly, I had a better time on the ship than I was expecting. Not that I was expecting not to have a good time, but I'm just like not a Disney fanatic in the way that I feel like you have to be to enjoy being on Disney property for like multiple days in a row with lots of kids around, you know what I'm saying? But it was so much fun. Like the adults only areas especially made it worth it. Like that French restaurant was some of the best Michelin rated food that I have ever had. Hallo's Steakhouse was also delicious. Honestly, almost every single dish there I would go order again. Honestly, at the end of the day though, the shows are what make it worth it. Like these are the best shows I've ever seen on a cruise ship. The Moana show was insane. I know I'm not allowed to film them, but like it was so spot on. It was just mind blowing. Even the opening show with just like a few Disney princesses and some Mickey and Goofy action, like it was really good. The Beauty and the Beast show is literally like just the Broadway version on the ships. The shows are amazing. Like if you're a musical theater lover, I would say you could come on the Disney cruises just to see the shows and it would be worth it as long as you don't mind children. A lot of children. The bars were also really fun. Haunted Mansion was fun. The drinks weren't my favorite, but the theming, it's the theming at the end of the day. Okay, the shows and the theming, those are my two favorite parts because like every inch of the ship is detailed. Even if you're not like a huge Disney parks fan, it's still really fun just to walk around the ship and be immersed in like the Disney movies. And in conclusion, as someone who is not the biggest Disney parks fanatic, I still had a great time. I don't even have any kids. My nieces had fun, but I also had a lot of fun. So if you've never been on a Disney cruise before, why not try it? And one last thing, obviously I know this was a media sailing, so it is a very unique experience. We didn't have to pay for the specialty restaurants and we didn't have to pay for the cruise in general, and there was way less people on board. So if you go on a Disney cruise and you're like, Karissa lied to me, this place is chaos, it's not my fault, okay? I've only been on one Disney cruise ever and it was this media sailing, but I did have a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this vlog. This was really fun to film. I had a great time with my nieces. I love them both so much, and for real, thank you guys so much for watching these vlogs. Like, it means the world to me that you spend a few minutes of your day with me, and I hope that you have the best day ever, are happy forever, and never experience any sadness for the rest of your life. Anyway, I love you guys. Mwah. That's all for today.